I have seen Infinity War, guys. Let's talk about it. Ooh, welcome back, guys. It's Raw Geek here. Yes, I saw Infinity War last night at midnight. I wanted to see it as soon as possible anyway, but also just because I want to avoid spoilers. So in this little quick mini review of it, I won't be giving away spoilers because it is still early days and I don't want to ruin it for people. However, obviously it's difficult to talk about a movie without talking about the movie. So just bear in mind, I might say something where you can kind of make an assumption from that. Or a conclusion that you think, right, so that happens or this happens. So that might spoil it for you, I kind of guess, but not really. But if you are concerned, just don't even watch this yet until you've seen it. But like I say, I will try and keep it as spoiler free as possible. So yeah, no spoilers except for this one.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me you killed him.
No, I am your father.
Well, after that bombshell, let's move on. So yeah, what did I think about it? Oh! So yeah, I really enjoyed it, guys. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it. It was really good. But as you'd expect, and this isn't exactly a spoiler because you should expect it, it wasn't exactly a happy ending, and there were some tragic moments. I won't tell you what they are, but yeah, there was literally a woman crying near me. So I thought first off what I'd do though, rather than just going, yeah, it's really good, I'll talk about the little criticisms that I do have. They're only small, they're not even really criticisms, but just things that, you know, maybe weren't what I expected or something like that. Because I like to keep my reviews like raw reviews, rather than just, you know, annoying fanboy or fangirl where they go, oh, it's amazing, best thing ever. I like to try and be a bit realistic, so I'll sort of try and point out a few things that I didn't think were amazing, and then I'll cap it off with things, you know, that I did think was good about it. So first off, and maybe this is a bit of a spoiler, I thought it was a little odd just how easy it was for Thanos to get all of the stones. So yeah, a little bit of a spoiler, but we kind of assumed that anyway. Yeah, it was just super easy for him to get them all really. It didn't take him that long at all. Out of the 6 stones, 2 of them posed basically no difficulty at all, he just picked them up. Another 2 of the stones you don't even see him get, which is a bit weird. He just has them. I mean, one of them, there kind of is a scene where it's what you expect might have gone down for him getting it, but you don't see him actually get it and put it in, he's just got it. And again, the other one of those 2, he just has it. They literally gloss over the whole situation of how he got it with one sentence. You don't see him actually doing it, they just say that happened and everyone's like, oh right, and that is it. And a few of those ones, you know, you were kind of hoping to see characters a little bit more, and it just didn't really happen. The people you think he was going to go and speak to or whatever, just weren't really there, really. And further to those 2, as you would expect and as we kind of knew, the Space Stone is just basically gifted to him. And so yeah, there was only really 3 stones where Thanos was directly involved in like the fight for them, if that makes sense. And only 2 of those were physical fights, one of them was of the moral kind with himself. I mean, I'm not saying everyone should have been a fight with Thanos. I quite like the fact that some of them are a bit more sort of thought behind them and other people trying to get them, whatever. So I'm not saying he should have been involved in all of it, but it just seemed a bit odd how easy it was to just get them. Like, why didn't he do this sooner? It just didn't take very long or much effort at all, really. But I did love the heist feel of it, him trying to collect them, people trying to stop him, so that was cool, and they did do it quite well, but it's just a bit weird how they glossed over a couple of them so easily. Yeah. Also, there were quite a few moments where you kind of think, well, why didn't they just do that, or this, or whatever. So, yeah, a few sort of plot questions, but that's like any movie really, especially if there's a time manipulation element to the movie, because everyone's like, well, why didn't they just do that? And sometimes there's a reason why, sometimes you're just not really thought about it. However, the couple things that did make you wonder why they just didn't do it that way, I think might actually be part of a master plan. It was kind of hinted that things are maybe happening for a reason. I won't go more into that, but you'll understand what I mean when you watch it. But other than that, I don't really have any nitpicks with this movie. I've really enjoyed it. It didn't feel like 2.5 hours long at all. I could have watched another hour at least, I think. I mean, I wasn't necessarily blown away, but that is going to happen when you're so psyched about a movie, so hyped for it. not necessarily you're disappointed, but you know, sometimes it doesn't just blow you away. Sometimes the sleeper hits, the ones you're not expecting to be good, you watch a movie and you're like, wow, that was really good. When you're expecting the movie to be amazing, it's not necessarily going to blow you away, but it kind of was amazing. I'm not saying it wasn't, because it was. Some ways it was exactly what I was expecting, and in some ways it wasn't, but they did that well, because sometimes when something happens which you weren't expecting, you can be disappointed. But on the other hand, you can then be surprised, so I'm glad that it wasn't just completely predictable, and a few things happened where I was like, oh, and when I thought about it, I was like, well actually yeah, I quite like they did it that way. So it was good in that sense as well. It wasn't completely predictable, but it wasn't completely removed from what you'd expect and what we've kind of been talking about for a while. Although the Soul Stone is not what we've been talking about for a while. In fact, every single video about Soul Stone theories that I and everyone on the entire planet has made is just wrong. So that's a bit weird. So I'm not sure what to say about that, but I'll do a video later on maybe about why it wasn't how we were thinking and maybe what it means instead or something like that. But yeah, spoiler alert, it is in the movie. But yeah, the comedic relief was amazing, especially as you'd expect from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Made it really, really funny. Some of their awkward, funny scenes was great. It was really good. And it was needed as well, because there are some dark moments, like I say. The action was good. It looked great. It really did look good. And yeah, it was quite fun and, like I say, action-packed. But there were more sort of touching or sort of, you know, feely moments, or, you know, talking about what they can do next and sacrifices maybe, or, you know, how they're going to beat Thanos and what they need to do and all that kind of stuff. And the backstory of Thanos was quite good as well. It was quite well thought out. You see a bit of him in the past meeting Gamora, why he's doing what he's doing and things like that, so that helps, especially people that maybe not knowing much about the comics. Most of us that were in the movie there probably did know why he's doing what he's doing. Maybe it isn't quite like the comics, but, you know, essentially he wants to wipe out half of existence, and so the reason why was pretty good, I guess. Essentially he's just mental, isn't he? Basically he's mad. And it did set up a good cliffhanger for part 2, as you'd expect. So a load of stuff went down, wasn't necessarily great in the end, and part 2 will be like, right, how do we fix that? So I'm really, really looking forward to part 2, more so than I was looking forward to this movie now. Like, I just want to watch part 2 now. And what you also need to give props to for this movie and this whole franchise is the crossover element of it. It was huge, and it's done amazingly well. It's just brilliant the way they can have so many different characters from so many different parts of the universe in one movie, all got their own role, doing their own thing. There's all they've all got a place. They've all got a part of the machine that's working to try and beat Thanos. You know, there's not really one person you couldn't do without. They kind of write in their need quite well, and their interactions together, seeing them all on screen, is just, yeah, it was so good. Later on, maybe in a week or two or something like that, I might make another review where it's got more spoilery parts to it, or maybe not, because maybe this review's enough. But I probably will start doing videos theorising what might happen in part 2, what's happened, how they're going to fix it, what it could mean, all that kind of stuff. And of course those will have spoilers in them, but I'll do them, you know, in the coming weeks and months, and as we get further towards May 2019 for the part 2. But yeah, all in all guys, I give this movie 5 Infinity Stones out of 6. And don't forget, there's still time to enter the giveaway to win one of these. So yeah, look out for that in the description or something like that. And I'll pick a winner on May the 4th, because that was the original release date, so May the 4th be with you. And that'll about do it guys. Just one last thing I should say is, if you've not seen the movie, why not? Go and watch it right now. And there's only one post-credit scenes, so you know if the curtains are drawn, that's it, there is just one. So guys, that about do it. Click like if you like that, make sure you subscribe and with us like this, and I'll see you on the next video. And until then, remember, don't worry, nobody dies in this movie. It's all fine. Okay, bye.
I hope they remember you.
Guys, if you're still here, you're awesome! But as you are still here, why not check out some of my other videos? Oh, and if you haven't already, please click subscribe. Laters, haters.